1 maxed out MacBook Pro, 1 iPad Pro, 1 Springboard bootcamp. Yo, this is Oscar, and I am coming back to the design world. Will these tools help me become a professional product designer within these next couple of months? Welcome to my series on Doodify, my journey to becoming a product designer. Welcome guys, back to another episode on Doodify, my journey to becoming a product designer. So, very quick, I want to explain the differences between 3 programs on Springboard. This is the UX, the UI and UX, and the design course. So they're all like vary in price, but the UX and UI is the most expensive one as opposed to the UX. And I think the design one is the cheapest because I think that one's like really like short. It's 4 weeks. So let's say you decided to actually get into the UX industry and you want to know where to start. So like, first of all, you have to think about it. Like, do you want to be problem solving? Do you want to be designing more? Do you want to do both? So like me personally, I had like over 10 years of experience of designing. So I immediately knew that either way, I wanted to do the UI and the UX course because I wanted to get more of a hands-on of the UI aspect of designing. So let's say as opposed, like, let's say you didn't have experience designing and you felt like you wanted more time designing. So you could go with the UX and UI, and that has both aspects, the UX side and the UI. And then also you could go with the other one, which is the design one. So that's basically very short. It's 4 weeks again, and it's really like kind of like the same thing, the same units as a UX and then UI. I'm not too sure of like this, like if it's the same content or not. It might be, or it might not be, because I haven't taken it before. But basically it's kind of like the same things from one course to the other one, so it's like more shorter and it's cheaper. So let's say you wanted to feel more comfortable wanting to design, so you take the design, the introduction to design, and then you feel more comfortable. So that gives you the chance to skip the UI in the UX and UI career track, so you could actually just go to the UX. So the UX is more like problem solving and researching and interviewing and creating personas, creating everything like basically from scratch and trying to like problem solve your problems and designing for your problems. And it just depends on like the organization if they want you to do both. But if you go to like higher and more money making companies, they usually want you to do something more specific, like let's say somebody just UI or just UX. So it also like matters of where you want to work. So like if you want to work for a smaller company, you basically do everything from the UX side to the UI. So also take that into consideration when you're going to actually go out to the field. So another thing is that the UX and UI have both, but it's actually also like the most expensive career track, and it's very a lot more time too, because it's including both aspects of those fields and more units and more projects, more things considered adding into the actual course. So it's just like, as it depends again, because this video came upon from a comment that I had. Someone asked that they're wanting to do the UI field, which is the designing, like getting the hang of designing before continuing on. But actually, in my perspective, this is what I think. This is my opinion. So like, I think that it's better to do the UX and UI because you get like more of a grasp of the beginning and then towards the end, and the beginning of what it takes to do the research, what steps you have to do, like the designing and what specific designs. And overall, I think just UX research is very important, like to know, because that's actually how you're going to be able to design, is based on your user research. Because if you just start designing, you're not really gonna know what to design unless you actually know your user research. So no matter what like route you take, you could take, because you might not feel confident in your design, so you want to learn how to design better, you start using softwares like Sketch, Figma, Adobe XD. Just start using those. I recommend to use them even though you're not in a program. Adobe XD is actually free again, and you could just mess around with it and just practice it, start seeing other people's UI designs and start like maybe copying them, mocking them, and trying to see if you could actually recreate that. And I heard like a lot of people do this so they could actually memorize specific patterns or designs in their future designs. And I thought it was actually really like interesting, and I think it's actually pretty cool. Like if I were to do that too. I usually don't do that, but I think it's a good idea. Also, it just also depends on your overall experience in designing, and also like if you done user research before, maybe enhancing on your UI is actually beneficial for you too. And again, you also get like a lot of benefits with Springboard, is that you get mentorship advice. So like if a specific design, like a specific aspect of your design isn't as you want it to be, or you feel like not confident in yourself, and then you could ask your mentor what flaws are there, what else can I improve if I'm like not doing my design principles well enough. And yeah, it's just overall helpful, like getting a mentor and helping you out through this process. It's actually very, very helpful. So like again, in the description below, I'll include a coupon to Springboard if you're interested in joining. And yeah, that's pretty much sums up my video. So hopefully you guys could subscribe if you guys liked this video and you enjoyed it. Leave a like. I would really appreciate it, guys, a ton. And for the next one, peace out.